Hi, good morning, good afternoon. I am live. I'm very. I can invite her here. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but let me share it in the group.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
please go ahead and
I think
share
it was
it,
in the,
and I'll just do a quick intro, and then we'll come back to it.
okay.
So thank you for everyone who has joined us. Ah, I see people like, oh, I can hear noises upstairs, but let's ignore that. They're doing repairs upstairs. But like I said, I decided to be doing Inspirational Mondays because I believe every one of us has a story. They want someone to give them a boost, to give them a push, because sometimes really you need that one person to give you a push to keep going. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's why I said I'm going to be doing Mondays, and I today I'm very excited to have you. I think, Violet, you're going to tell people about yourself and why am I excited to bring Violet today. We are going to talk about how do you keep track, how do you keep on track with your goals. Most of us set goals, like we have big goals, we get them going. I'm going to do this, we have a list, but do we ever follow through? But every time, like, I wake up, I look at your business page, like you're on top of things, like you have this drive and you're doing it. So I'm like, you know what, who is better than Violet to tell us really how to keep track on the goals? So I
Oh,
appreciate everyone who has just joined us. We want to help you know how to keep track of your goals. It could be your business, it could be your lifestyle, it could be really whatever. So I'll keep it brief today. Welcome, Violet. I'll just let you to tell us a little
okay.
bit about yourself and your entrepreneurial journey, and then we'll move on. So welcome, Violet.
Oh, thank you. My name is Violet Karamagi, and I am an accountant by day. And yeah, my entrepreneurial journey is a very long one, so I think you need to have a special time for that one. But generally speaking, I left the corporate world. I'll be on the 14th of April 2014. So I've been making for 4 years this year. And yeah, it's been
Wow.
a journey. It's been a real hectic journey. But what really helps me keep on track, for about a year now, me and a friend, it started out with me and one friend. We used to get together every Tuesday and we would set goals for the week. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually, I told a friend, she told a friend. So in total, we became five women in business. So I found that I find it really useful because what we tend to do is e- every week we set goals that we're going to achieve that week, and those goals have to be in line with either our businesses, our
Right.
relationships, our health, our lives. But every week we commit to achieving at least three things,
Right.
and for each goal that you don't achieve out of those three, you pay £5. So we've got
Wow.
we've got a bank account where we deposit. At the end of the week, if you haven't achieved those goals, it's £5 per goal.
Wow.
And what we use the money for, we meet in person. We used to do it once every 2 months, but now this year we're doing it every quarter. So we use the money when we go out. We use it to eat because they say there's food deals are done over food. So,
Right.
and at the start of this year, we met in January. I think it was this end of December. So we met up, discussed what our big goals are for the whole year, and then we broke them down into quarters. So we're now working in quarters. So at the end of quarter one, we each have what we would like to achieve. So for me, for example, my quarter one goal was to have at least one of my websites up,
Right.
and then
And I'm so proud of your website. I think after this, I'm going to put it there for in the link for people to visit your
yeah,
website, because that is
yeah,
incredible. Because someone without the
yes,
skill, but that drive, like, even makes you to do that
yes,
website. That
yes,
is amazing.
yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, with the website, so week one, I'd say this week I'm doing one page of the website. And then maybe the following week, I'd say I need to find how to do maybe a contact form that leads into email marketing. So so all our quarter goals, we break them down into mini goals every week. And
Right.
it's having that accountability that really helps. And another thing that I tend to do as well, I have a meeting with myself every Saturday. I do my best. It's a bit hectic because I've got 3 kids, so it's a bit challenging over the weekend because I
Right.
have football and all sorts of birthday parties. But what I tend to do every Saturday, I have a meeting with myself where I sit down and have a look at how my week has gone, whether I've done well, where I haven't achieved, and
Right.
I reflect on what I could do better. And I use that meeting with myself to actually set the goals for the following week.
Right.
And I forgot to say, like, we have a WhatsApp group where every week we have to post what it is that we are doing, so that keeps us accountable. So
Right.
it's for me, I find having a list of people holding me accountable is very, very powerful. Yeah,
Right.
and it doesn't matter where someone is. And actually, recently, I have another accountability group with 2 guys in the US.
Right.
So that is also helping.
I
Yeah.
think
So
I
for
need
me,
those ones. I need to be in that group because I really need to be accountable to someone, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that £5, like I think it could push me so much because I really don't want to pay that £5. So if you know there is something,
exactly,
I think it would push you to do it.
exactly.
You should connect me with those people, and maybe if there
No,
is
you could
anyone
start
here
your own.
who is watching, we should form our own group, like be accountable and
Yeah,
seriously follow through because I've seen you do it. Sometimes I'm talking to you and you're like, hey, Annette, I need to go and do my goals because I'm going to pay £5 and I
yeah,
don't want
yeah.
to do it. So I found this one actually pushes you to do it. So I think it is an incredible, incredible strategy that people should think about using.
No, it is amazing, and because we've done it for so long, sometimes we get frustrated. So because we send the goals at the beginning of the week, and then just before our check-in call, you realize I haven't done something, so you quickly rush through it, and the frustration is you haven't given it your all. But
Right,
then the plus side is some action is better than no action at all.
right,
So you might not have done it 100% because you've done it last minute, but the fact that you've done something towards achieving it is better than leaving it. Because if I had no one holding me accountable, I didn't have to pay £5, I'd be like, oh, or even if I just had the accountability group with no repercussions, I'd probably turn up in the group and say, oh, it hasn't been a very good week, that they give all sorts of excuses.
right,
Because in the group, there's no room for excuses because we take the approach when you set your goal, be sure you're going to achieve it. There's no room for excuses, so you have to
right,
think through what it is that you're setting.
right.
So there's nothing like this and this happens, so you don't do something, you suck it up and pay the £5 in.
All right.
So yeah, I found that really, really helpful.
So thank you so much. Let me briefly check if there's someone online. I see, give me one moment. I could use my one. Yeah, if you're watching us and maybe there's one strategy as well that works for you, please put it down in the comments because we're here to share what keeps you motivated, that what drives you to achieve those goals. So write it down. Let me see what our friends are saying right here. I have Jasmine. I have Rogers. Wonderful. Oh, that's my big brother. Thank you, big brother, for watching. Isn't it amazing to have your big brother watching you? Jose is watching. Please do share this video. Click the share button. I believe there are so many people who need this push. Like we set goals, but we don't follow through. And this strategy
Yeah,
you're saying of being accountable, and not just like I'm being accountable, but knowing there's something you're going to pay, like there is a price. I think that really helps so much. So find people like good friends who are driven, who are motivated. You can think of, you're going to do this, you're going to pay this amount, or you're going to be paying our dinners if you don't meet your goals. And I think that pushes people to do more.
yeah,
Please, yeah. So comment down if you have something. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, sorry. So one other thing I've seen my friend, I think Jalia, what she does is
yeah,
also making like a public declaration. So usually she
yes,
commits, like, I'm going to be writing, and she puts it on Facebook, and like everyone is now asking her, you promise that you're going to do this. I have a
yeah,
friend who does exercise. She said, I'm going to do like a 20-day challenge, and I'll be posting it. So every time like I don't see her, I'm like, hey, you have to show me the video that you're doing it. So that is some kind of accountability, publicly declaring that you're going to do it, other than keeping it in your heart, because there are people who will be there cheering you on and wanting you to go ahead and do it. So thank you so much for those tips. I know we have to rush, and I said I'm going to be keeping it brief because I want people to keep coming. So just one last word, what would you tell our viewers? Like, what would you want them to know about really keeping on track with their goals, and why it is very, very important?
Actually, my friend Edwin has just reminded me, for him, what he does is connecting with the why. And I think that is very, very, very crucial, because when you set the goals in the beginning, you might, you might be excited about them, but as time goes on, life happens. But it's always connecting to why you're doing something, what is the bigger picture. And also sometimes, because sometimes the goal is so big and it looks almost impossible. So the key is to chunk it down. Chuck it down into little steps, and have milestones and celebrate the milestones along the way. So, because it's very easy to be discouraged by you've got this massive goal and you haven't got a clue where to start. But I believe everyone has something. There's always that one person you can call on, or just one thing. And what I found as what I learned, like, this is a lesson I took out from my website. The website was so massive, and I kept comparing what I wanted in my head to other people's websites, and I did not have a clue how
to mine. Were you comparing it to mine?
Even yes, I looked at all sorts of websites, and now
mine is in a mess. So yes.
No, but seriously, you look at a done website and like, how can I even achieve that? And then I did try to do it to make it as glamorous as possible, but then I thought to myself, keep it simple. So I went back to basics, and I realized when you keep things simple, it really helps. So rather than being overwhelmed by this grand thing that it looks so impossible, keep it simple. And even if it's just one win. And I just finished reading a book called The One Thing. So that's another thing that helps me as well. Every day I make a commitment to do just one thing. I might have a to-do list, but off that to-do list, I have to do one thing. So even if I don't do all the 10 items on the list and I've done that one thing, I'm not going to beat myself up. So it's keeping it simple, do the one thing, and keeping, connecting with why you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. The bigger picture. Is it your kids? Is it your family? Is it your business? Are you looking forward to the day you leave your job? Always remind yourself what is your why. And that for me really helps. Yeah.
Right. All right, my friends, let me just read one last comment. And yeah, Edwin, you've already talked about that big why, like why you do what you're doing. That is really incredible. And let's see what Rogers is saying. One successful is whatever does is combining vision with passion. And that is also very, very important. Vision and that passion that really drives you. Like literally, I love what I'm doing these days. I hardly sleep, because I have like that drive compared to days when I was doing things I just needed to do. So I'm blessed to be in this position where I'm able to do something that I'm passionate about. So we won't take so much of your time. So please go ahead and share this video. Be coming to on Mondays. If you want to be a guest, if you have a word of encouragement, please do come here. We share, we bless everyone, because we are together in this. We want to achieve your goals. So today is Monday. You have a whole week ahead of you. Don't just give up. Set those goals and get them going. And we really, really appreciate you for coming. And thank you so much, Violet. I will see you another time. Have a wonderful week. And thank you for those great tips.
And thank you so much for having me. Thank you. I will see you soon. Take care.
Okay, you God bless. I will just go ahead and finish this one. Okay, bye-bye.